Yo, what is going on everybody? Shri Kanase here. So how to dropship from eBay and Amazon rather than Aliexpress. Now I just about say this in every single video nowadays that I release, but when I'm recording this video, which is in early June, things just don't seem that well for Aliexpress because of what's going on in the world at this moment. We were barely just getting back to normal from fighting this so-called illness, and things were just starting to get back to normal, and people were just starting to go back outside and maybe even start spending money and shopping online more. Something specific happened in the United States which kind of just led things on a very different angle. And because of this, a lot of the specific rules which are associated with Chinese suppliers and specifically Chinese airlines coming to the United States have changed. One of the biggest change is that the president of the United States has again made it so that airplanes coming from China to the United States are now at a minimum, which means specific products and packages getting shipped from China to the United States will be delayed once again as they were before. This means Aliexpress standard shipping or repackaged shipping will be up to 30 days or even more. Now hold on, before you exit out of this video thinking that this is the end of drop shipping and you really can't do anything about it, there's a different angle that you can start going with so that you can still continue dropshipping profitably and actually get even more happier customers and have a better business overall, and that is from dropshipping via eBay or Amazon or just about any other retail store out there. But without wasting any more time, let's jump into the video and find out exactly how you can dropship from eBay or Amazon. Now before I actually start talking about the specific strategies, there's actually one thing you will have to do in order to find good success with this video, and that is just destroy that like button down below. It'll take just 2 quick seconds. Okay, hopefully I've done that, but I want to start off by talking about specifically the product research strategy when it comes to dropshipping from eBay and Amazon. Now, a lot of people overcomplicate this and they think that if you want to start dropshipping from eBay or Amazon, you need a different kind of business, you need some different documents, and you just need to do something differently. And that is far from the truth, and you'll understand why by the end of this video. But for product research, when it comes to specifically eBay and Amazon, I still use the same exact specific strategies which I mentioned in my other videos. So I'm not going to really go in depth into the research methods because they're the same, but I'll tell you that I use specifically Aliexpress to do product research. I use Facebook. I also use Amazon and eBay itself. And what I'm basically trying to do is I'm trying to find those specific products which I can then sell on maybe Facebook ads or Google ads at a profit. And I'll be talking about exactly what I identify as a winning product as from eBay and Amazon. But just understand that really it doesn't matter what website you use as long as the product has demand on Facebook or Google ads. But you can also use product research software as well. And here are the specific things which I'm kind of looking at within these products to make sure that I can sell them profitably and I can actually even sell them in the first place. And the first one is that I make sure the product has over $20 minimum profit margins. Now you may be thinking that if you drop ship from eBay or Amazon, this is going to be super difficult. And that is again actually far from the truth. I want to go ahead and take you guys over to a specific product I have on my screen right now. And the product is the crochet set over here. As you can see, this is just a game that people can play in their backyard, and when I'm recording this video in June, this product has very high demand. But as you guys can see on Aliexpress, one of the suppliers is selling this specific set for about $22, which is not that expensive. But if we look at the shipping cost, we can see that it's around $73 at this moment. And worst of all, if you look at the estimated delivery, it's on July 8th and I'm recording this video on June 1st. So as you can see, this is very expensive. Sure, there's other options available like UPS Express Saver, AliExpress Premium Shipping, but even then, those are very expensive and you may want to just stay away from them. Now, if we were planning on selling a product like this and we really didn't want to use AliExpress because overall the shipping times and just the shipping prices are too high and just kind of unreliable as a whole. So in that case, you would want to maybe try selling this product on eBay or Amazon. So if you go on Amazon and look at a very similar product, we can see that there is something very similar to what we saw on Aliexpress. It's basically the same thing, just with a specific seller that looks like a real brand. But if we look at the price, it's currently $64.99. And if you go back on Aliexpress and look at the pricing, we can see that with Aliexpress standard shipping, it's already over $64.99. And if we wanted to sell from Aliexpress, it would be very expensive. Even with UPS Express Saver and Aliexpress Premium Shipping, with $30 as the minimum, 30 plus 22 is around $52. And then if you add in tax, it could be anywhere between $55, even maybe up to $60, depending on where you're shipping it. So for maybe just $5 to $10 extra, you're able to get that same exact exact product on Amazon with Amazon Prime, meaning 2-day shipping. So as you guys can already see, a product like this, even though you're paying just a little bit extra, maybe not even a lot extra at all, has a much better opportunity for you long term compared to just selling the same exact product from Aliexpress. And again, as I mentioned already, shipping prices are changing heavily just because of what's going on in the world and because of the new rules that constantly are coming into play. So a product like this would not be a good choice to sell from Aliexpress, simply because, again, this is a time constrained product, meaning a lot of people could find more use for this in the summer times when they can actually go out and enjoy playing this game, rather than maybe in the winter time when this product could potentially arrive if, again, there's more problems with shipping. So this is just one example of a product which you can sell at a very, very good profit. And to just show you guys how this product would do on Google specifically, if you go on Google Ads, I have pulled up this specific product here with the main keyword crochet set. And if we look at the prices, they vary from $54.95 all the way up to $249. So as you can see, you can sell anywhere in between these prices. You're not limited to just matching the lowest price, which is $49.99. Again, if you want more info on Google Ads and how to sell via Google Ads, go ahead and check out the video on my channel. I have a ton of videos on Google Ads. But nonetheless, this product can do really, really well, especially with Google Ads, just because of the overall variety of prices there are for the product. And as you can see, even over here, $138, even up to $450. So if you just plan on sourcing it for $65 and then maybe sell it for even $99, that's a good $30 and above profit margin for you. And that matches our criteria, which I have laid out. But in addition to that, you want to make sure that there's a large stock availability on eBay and Amazon. One of the biggest issues I found from dropshipping from eBay and Amazon is that a lot of these sellers, one day they have a lot of stock, but then a lot of people shop on Amazon and eBay, and because of that, overnight their stock can go from 100 to 0. So you really want to make sure that they have more than 100 pieces, maybe even more than 1,000 pieces available in stock, so that you don't have any problem sourcing it later on if you do sell this product maybe 10 days, 20 days later. One thing I also like to see is that I like to make sure there's multiple sellers on eBay or Amazon for this given product. So again, it's very simple to do this. Just go on Amazon or eBay and simply type in the main keyword for that product. I will repeat the same strategy both on Amazon and eBay, and make sure that the product that these multiple sellers are selling, it's actually very, very similar, maybe even the same thing. So in case one supplier goes out of stock, you can simply order from another supplier. So that's a huge advantage when it comes to selling from eBay and Amazon. But in addition to that, you want to make sure that the product is actually lightweight and not too big and not too heavy. Again, this is simply because a lot of the shipping companies are having more difficulty shipping out the heavy and big items as of right now, and because of this, they're prioritizing lightweight products. So if you really want to go out and find products from Amazon and eBay, maybe stick to the lightweight products, but I would highly stay away from selling stuff like refrigerators or water heaters or mattresses or stuff like that, which can be a bit of a hassle to ship and especially cost you more in shipping costs. But in addition to that, you want to make sure that there's a lot of high quality images available on Amazon or eBay for that given product. As you guys can see, for this specific Amazon seller, there's a lot of different high quality images available. And the beauty about this specific supplier is that there's no branded names directly on the product or the images, because one problem you will often come upon when selling from Amazon or eBay is that a lot of the products, maybe the packaging or maybe the product itself, has the brand name of the store itself. So that can kind of cause problems in the future. But usually I like to stick to products which don't really have any type of branding on them. Like this specific product right here, there's no sorts of branding available on the package itself as well as the product itself. So that's a good sign. But those are the specific criteria which I'm actually kind of looking at when I'm doing product research from Amazon and eBay. And if it does match all of these specific criteria, or at least a majority of it, especially number one over here, then I can go on to the next step. And that next step is basically trying to identify whether this product could be a potential winning product or not. And there are, again, several things you can be looking at when it comes to specifically Google Ads. Some of the key things which I always mention in a lot of my videos is that the search volume, monthly search volume, should be over 20,000 to 25,000. In case for Amazon and eBay, I highly recommend that you stick to the 25,000 or more monthly search volume. And this simply means that all of the keywords that you find for any given product equal 25,000 or more. But in addition to that, make sure there's less than 5 to 7 dropshippers selling that product on Google Ads. For example, if you go back to this example right here, we can see that there's not too many dropshippers here. In fact, I don't really see any dropshipper here. There's only big brands like LL Bean, Dick's Sporting Goods, etc. So that's a very good sign. Not only does this make it easier for us to sell our products, but it also makes sure that we don't start any price wars with our competition and end up just basically killing out the product. So that's really important that you look at the dropshipping competitors when trying to sell on Google. But in addition to that, you want to make sure that you can find more than 3 to 5 SEO keywords for that product. Anything below maybe 3 and you're just running on a very thin line, simply because you need to be able to repeat these SEO keywords within your descriptions so that you can tell Google that, hey Google, this is exactly what I'm selling. And that's the main job of these SEO keywords. But if you can kind of identify those specific winning products which match all of these criteria, and believe me, there's a lot that you can dropship from Amazon and eBay which match these criteria, then you can definitely list that product on your store. But before I talk about listing the product, importing it, etc., let's talk about Facebook ads and exactly what you should be looking at when it comes to specifically Facebook ads and winning products there. So for Facebook ads, the strategy again is very similar. Try to find those useful products with multiple benefits. Maybe the product can help improve life in some way, because people from Facebook are just basically scrolling through their Facebook newsfeed. They're not really the buying intent audience. You just randomly pop up in front of them. So you really need to be able to showcase a product which can maybe help them or improve their life or make life fun and better for them in some way. But in addition to having a good product, you need to make sure that there's actually a targetable audience on Facebook for that given product. You want to make sure that there's multiple interests available for that product, because again, like with Google, if you only have 1 or 2 interests, it's really going to be hard to test that product, let alone scale it. So you need to be able to find multiple different interests. Maybe you can find specific interests within the community pages related to the specific niche the product is in, or celebrities within that niche, etc., and just basically go from there. But one thing I recommend that you definitely do from 2020 and onwards is stick to those audience sizes with 5 million or more, because anything lower than that, and Facebook ads doesn't really have enough data to be optimizing and trying to reach the right audience. So I highly recommend 5 million and more. But now that we've covered the basics of advertising the product, let's talk about the next most important thing, and that is actually importing the product onto your store, because a lot of people have trouble with importing the product from Amazon or eBay onto the store. They don't really know how to do it, and this kind of stops them from drop shipping from eBay and Amazon. Well, let me tell you that the process to do this is very simple, and it does actually require Oberlo or Dropify. So what you want to be doing is you want to be using Oberlo or Dropify to import a filler product, and I'll be showing you guys what I mean by this very shortly. But once you have imported the filler product from Oberlo or Dropify, then import the reviews for that product or a similar product from Aliexpress directly. You don't have to worry about importing reviews from Amazon. So what exactly do I mean by a filler product? For example, if I wanted to dropship this product from Amazon onto my Shopify store, instead of directly importing this product, I would go on Oberlo and I would import this product right here. Meaning I would get the image for this specific product, I would get the pricing for this specific product, and maybe even the description for this product. So then once I have this imported onto my Shopify store, what I would do is I would then go onto the Amazon listing and then copy and paste all of the images I have here onto the Shopify product listing and delete all of the product images that I had previously that were from the Aliexpress listing. So now technically I have all of the images from this specific listing directly from Amazon. In addition, I would make sure that my description is very similar to what's written out over here, meaning I would talk about the specifications of the product here rather than talking about it from this specific description right here. Again, that's simply because we're going to be selling the product from Amazon and not Aliexpress. So once you have done this and the product is up and running on your website, then that's when you would actually go out and import the reviews from the Aliexpress page itself. And again, this specific Aliexpress page has only 1 review, so maybe I would find out more crochet sets on Aliexpress and then import reviews for them onto my Shopify store, and that's literally all you have to do for importing the product. Now, once you start getting many orders for that product, I will go over exactly what you need to do for that very soon. But our next step will be actually talking about the product page. Now, here's the biggest difference when it comes to drop shipping from eBay and Amazon. That is, you can expect a much higher conversion rate than you would expect from Aliexpress. Why? Because the main section within your product page, which is talking about shipping times, will have different shipping times labeled over here. As you can see, with Amazon and eBay drop shipping, of course, you would be expecting much faster shipping. That's the whole whole reason why we're using Amazon and eBay in the first place. So instead of saying the general 7 to 30 or 7 to 22 business day delivery times, now you can just say 4 to 15 business days, even if you use Amazon Prime and get it to the customer within 2 days. And that's simply because it's better to under promise and then over deliver, meaning if they were expecting the product within 4 to 15 days, but then it magically appears within 2 days, they will be more than likely to leave you a positive review. So that's what you want with the customer. So just in case there are some kind of delays with the package, you can then simply say that it did say 4 to 15 days to your customer directly, so that you don't have to maybe refund the customer or anything like that. But with that simple change, you can definitely be expecting a very high conversion rate, simply because people don't really want to wait anymore when it comes to shopping online. But now let's talk about the final part, which is actually fulfilling those orders and getting that money rolling in. Now, what exactly should you be doing when it comes to fulfilling those orders? So for the first few orders, meaning maybe you get 1 or 2 orders a day, you want to manually order them from eBay and Amazon and basically store the order ID as the order note directly on Oberlo, so that once the product itself ships on Amazon or eBay, you can directly update the tracking info onto your Shopify store. But once you start getting a lot of orders every single day for a product, maybe 10 plus, that's when you want to contact the eBay or Amazon seller directly, and you want to ask them if they can fulfill your orders via CSV file. And also you can ask them to add you on Skype or WhatsApp so that you can kind of communicate with them better, and also send them CSV files of your orders, because by then they will have noticed that you're placing tons and tons of orders with them. They'll be more than likely to cooperate with you and even maybe give you a discount on the pricing. So that's kind of like a double benefit for you. And you may be thinking this is going to be a lot of manual work, because if you have more than 10 orders, maybe 100 orders a day, you can't possibly be entering the tracking info one by one. And that's where this specific Shopify app comes into play. This Shopify app, which is called Mass Fulfill, basically lets you enter a CSV file full of tracking numbers, and it automatically matches those tracking numbers to the order numbers that you have put inside the CSV file, and then it automatically sends the tracking updates directly to the customer. So all you're doing is basically inserting the CSV file. There's nothing else that you're doing. But this app makes dropshipping from Amazon and eBay 10 times easier. But that's the basic strategy of basically dropshipping from eBay and Amazon. If you have never tried this out, I highly recommend that you start trying it out, especially in 2020 and onwards with what's going on with Aliexpress and the Aliexpress shipping times. But if you found any type of value in this video, smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.